You're restoring me piece by piece.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how hot is hell. I've never been there. I'm going to talk about a certain person who went there and what they are experiencing, what they experienced in hell. That person, of course, is dead, but it's the story, many of you will know, and it's the story of the rich and the poor and the rich man who went to hell and their experience in hell. So I'm going to read in Luke, from Luke 16, 19 through 31. I'm not going to read the whole verses. I'm just going to read you the story and give you a very short recap. Okay, so there was a certain rich man. He clothed himself in purple linen. He partied every day. In verse 20 it says, at his gate there was a poor man. His name was Lazarus, and he was begging there. He had sores. He had his body was covered with sores, and he looked to be fed from the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. And so the beggar died, and so did the rich man died. Verse 23, it just says, and in Hades, which is hell, being in torment, he lifted up his eye. So he looked far away and he saw Lazarus. Lazarus is the poor guy. He saw him in Abraham's bosom. He saw him by his side. That's what it means. Verse 23 says, in Hades, Hades, which is hell. Okay? Hell. He says, being in torment. Okay. Being in torment. Being in torment. Okay? Torment. The word torment mean, or this phrase right here, being in torment, means being in constant torture, being in constant agony. Constant agony. Hell, constant agony. One characteristic of hell. I saw something on TV. It was news. It was really bad news, explaining what human trafficking, what some people did to this child. Okay, this mother was explaining. It was in our area, and the guy got caught and he's in jail. So I was just thinking in my head, man, hell is going to be hot for this guy. And I'm thinking, I'm like, but that's still not enough for people who do that. And I know that's really mean to think like that, but for people who abuse children, I don't know, but they deserve it. Okay, they have nothing to do with God. They're full of demons. They're evil. People who traffic kids, who abuse kids in any way, deserve that. Okay, so that's just me, my flesh, saying that. So I was thinking hell is not, then I kept thinking hell is not enough for this guy, for this person, what this person did to their own kid. It was their own kid too. Okay, that's why I got furious. So, and then it got me thinking all day for a couple of days. This is 3 weeks ago, I was thinking, and then one day I'm just in my living room thinking, and I'm like, I just felt like an upload of information, and I had to write it down. So I wrote it down, and what I heard is the story of Lazarus, the story of the rich man and the poor man, and which is found in Luke 16, 19 through 31. So, which is what we just read. So I read the story, and my eyes caught verse 23 through 24 and on. And I know the story talks, it's talking about a lot of stuff here, but my attention was caught in the description of hell and how hell is. So this guy, it says verse 23. Okay, verse 23. We are in verse 23. It says, and in Hades, okay, which is the realm of the dead or hell. Being in torment, okay, torment. He lifted up his eyes. This is talking about the rich man who died. His time to die came. You know, I'm pretty sure he didn't take any of his party people, his purple linen, all that stuff, his riches. So he died, and then far away he sees Abraham and Lazarus in his bosom or by his side, meaning Lazarus was by Abraham's side. Okay, so and then so it says in verse 23, second part, being in torment. So hell, Hades, hell, being in torment. A lot, most of the time I thought hell is, that's it, you go to hell, that's it. But right here it says being in torment. Being in torment. This phrase means that you are in a constant state of torment. Okay? This person, this rich guy who went to hell, he's in constant torment. That's what hell is. It's a constant torment. Verse 24, he cried out and said, Father Abraham. So now he's in hell. He recognizes Abraham as the father Abraham that we all recognize, which we all came from Abraham. Okay? And he said, have pity on me and mercy. Have pity and mercy on me, and send Lazarus to dip. I'm going to put here constant torture. Just put constant torture. Number 2, it says send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. Okay, for I am in anguish in this flame. There's two things here, or 3. So it says dip the tip of his finger. Okay, you dip the tip of your finger on something, there's not that much. But if you're in constant torture, this little much will be big, right? Oh yeah. Try to go somewhere in the desert where there's no water and it's hot and it's constant hot. It's constantly hot. It's constant torture. If you have someone just a little bit of a little drop of water in your lips, I think that would do. Right, Gracie? So he asked him to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool his tongue. So what's the opposite of cool? The opposite of cool is warm. So in hell, it's warm. Okay? Maybe when it's warm outside, we don't mind it. But constantly, I don't know about that. So let's look at the other part. And cool my tongue, it says. For I am in anguish in this flame. Anguish. Flame. Before we go to flame, let's talk about the word anguish. Severe pain of your physical and your mental. Anguish. So we hear, okay, so we're gonna put mental, Gracie, physical pain. Anguish is mental, physical pain. Okay, so hell, I don't have a bigger board. It would be nice to have a bigger board. Hell is constant torture, warm. It's you are in anguish, mental, physical pain. Okay, you are in pain mentally and physically. Flame. Let's look at the word flame. So flame is this. Flame is a noun, and it means this: a hot glowing body of ignited gas that is generated by something on fire. It's a thing compared to a flame's ability to burn fiercely or be extinguished. This right here, it's So the rich man is in hell. Hell is described from these words. Verse 24 describes hell through the rich man who died and went to hell now, okay? Remember, he was not helping the poor man, the Lazarus. So hell is like being inside the flame. It's a constant torture because my body has never caught on fire. My hand has. So for the duration of the pain that my finger burned, yes, it felt like I was in constant torture, but then it healed. So then I was fine. But being in hell, there's just no such a thing as getting out of there. Okay? You are in this flame and it's a constant torture. It's warm. I think it should be hot. I'm pretty sure it's hot. If this description doesn't scare you, because it should scare you, it should scare everyone, okay, of how hell is. I think there's a reason why this story is in the Bible. You know, the Bible talks about heaven and hell, but I believe everyone should hear about hell as well, because you don't want to be here, okay? We get a 90-degree weather during the summer and we feel like we're constantly being tortured by the weather. This is eternity. Hell is eternity. There's no coming back. You put yourself there, that's it. Okay? That's it. You're gonna be in flame, constant torture, mentally, physically in pain. Now Abraham answered to the rich man. So we're going to see what Abraham said. But Abraham said, "Child, remember that you in your lifetime fully received comforts and delights. And Lazarus," is talking about the poor man, "in like manner," means the same, "the discomforts and distress." Okay? But now he is comforted here and you are in anguish. So Abraham in verse 25 confirms it, that the poor man who made it to hell is truly in anguish, but not Lazarus, the poor man. And he said, "And besides all this, between us and you a great chasm has been fixed, in order that those who want to pass from this place," meaning where they are, I'm pretty sure that's heaven, "to you," to the poor man which was in hell, "may not be able to." Okay? "And no one may pass from their hell to heaven." Okay? So what he's saying is, once you make it to hell, there is no, "Oh, I repent, I'm sorry, I didn't know, it's too hot, I want to go back, can I just cross?" I think the worst part is not just, I mean, yes, all this, but I think the worst part is what got my attention. I've never seen this. When I read it, I was like, wow, the worst part, my understanding, the revelation that I received is, the worst part is being in hell and being able to see heaven. Being able to see people that you know, that you met in your life on the other side, and you are in this side. So, which side do you want to be? Do you want to be looking, do you want your window to be looking, or you want yourself to be looking toward heaven, or to be in heaven looking toward hell? Which side? I leave you with that thought. I leave you thinking, okay, and making your choice. So now the rich man has understood his state. His state is a torture, constant torture. He's in flame, he's in anguish, he's in pain physically and mentally. So now he makes a supplication, he makes a request in verse 27. He says, "Then Father, I beseech you to send him to my father's house, to send Lazarus." Lazarus is dead, he's in heaven, but he's alive in heaven, okay? But for the world, he's dead. But the old man, the rich man, thinks that now he can go down. He says to Abraham, I'm begging you to send Lazarus to my father's house. I guess his father's house, which probably is his brothers and sisters, which is in 25. It says, I have 5 brothers, so that and he says, so that he may give testimony, so that he may tell them, he may tell them, then look, your brother's in hell, he's burning, y'all don't want to go there, okay? And he says he might give a testimony and warn them. Crazy. And warn them, lest they too come into this place of torment. Again, verse 28 confirms hell being a place of torment. Okay? So he's asking Abraham, please send the poor man Lazarus to my brothers and tell them that this place where I am is a place of torment, is bad. I don't want them to come here. Please warn them. Tell them that this is my testimony. I ended up here in heaven, but your brother's in hell burning. I shouldn't laugh, okay? But Abraham said in verse 29, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear and listen to them. Okay? But he answered, the rich man, he answered, no, Father Abraham, but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent, meaning they will change their mind and change their ways. And he said to him, now Abraham said to him, if they do not hear and listen to Moses and prophets, neither will they be persuaded and convinced and believe if someone should rise from the dead. So I guess this is the time when Moses and the prophets were alive. And so Abraham's answer is, listen, if they don't listen to Moses and the prophets who are alive, what makes you think they're going to listen to a dead body, okay? He said, neither will they be persuaded, convinced, and believe if someone should rise from the dead. Okay? So, my whole point here is, I hope you understood that hell, I hope you have a description, a picture of how hell looks, or how hell feels, or how hell, I hope you have a description clear in your head, a picture of how hell is. And I hope that you never end up there. But if you do not have Jesus in your life, your chances are higher in ending up in a place of torment. Okay? I don't want to be there. Another description, another point describing hell is there is no water. No water. Okay? This is not where you want to be. This is not the environment you want to live in eternity. Nor do I want anyone, my family, my friends, people that I know, or anyone on this earth to end up there, okay? Maybe you're like, I don't believe this story. It's in the Bible. The Bible is old. Like I said, these people that died, your family members, loved ones, crazy, they can't come down here and tell us how hell or heaven is. This book, however, can. Okay? And I suggest you believe it, because I don't want you to wait till you die and get there and then figure it out. Okay? It's crazy. I don't want you to be I don't want you to end up at the wrong window, overlooking from the wrong window, okay? Like the rich man here. So I hope you make a decision today to accept Jesus in your heart. As a matter of fact, it is October 6th, but 22 years ago in 1999, October 18th, crazy, myself and my brother made the decision at the same time to accept Jesus in our heart. follow him. We have had our ups and downs, but our faith in Jesus has not changed, and it never will. Some people can endure physical pain, but not mental. And some people can endure mental pain, but not physical. I don't know. Either one, I don't want no one to end up in hell, okay? And I know in today's society, you don't hear it, okay? Because we're listening to all the news. Don't listen to all the news, please. You need to worry about your soul. This body, okay? This body is going to die one day. It's going to die, okay? We're not taking this body nowhere. Dead, under the ground, covered up, flowers on top. Somebody will cry for us, blah, blah, blah. Bye. Our soul, however, which is something I'm very passionate on this channel, as some of you might know, is going to live forever. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to live forever? Eternity. Our soul is for eternity. Our body is for a certain period of time, okay? 80 years, 70 years, 90 years, 100 years. I hope all of us live 100 years and a beautiful, healthy life. But that's our physical. Our soul, okay, is going to live forever. Where do you want to live forever? Hell or heaven? Okay? You make that decision. Make it today. Because tomorrow might be late. God forbid you have an accident. Someone shoots you, or you choke, or something happens. Life is unpredictable. And I know this might sound very harsh, but I think we don't hear it. We don't hear it in church. We don't hear it anywhere. People don't talk about it. My child is 6 years old, and I have already explained to her for months now eternity, about hell and light, and hell and heaven. I have explained to her. Why? Because I want her to know from now the importance of accepting Jesus in our life, the importance of living a good godly life, okay? And I don't care if she has fear. It's okay for them to have fear of hell, because you don't want them to end up there, okay? They need to know everything that takes you to hell. They need to know everything that will send you to hell. And the Bible is full of examples and things that will send us to hell. Crazy. I hope that today you decide in your heart to make the decision to accept Jesus in your heart. And sometimes you might think, you know, when things happen to us, and you might think, oh, where is God? I just don't feel him. He's too far. Why didn't God prevent this? Why God took my mother, my father, my brother, my husband, my child? Why didn't God heal my cancer, or this and that? There's a Bible verse in the Bible that says, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. So draw near to God and he will draw near to you. So my prayer is that today you make the decision to accept Jesus in your heart, to follow him, to read and study his word, and everything that you have questions, that you might have gone through, all the questions of your life, all the answers are here. We just sometimes we are lazy. It's just the answer. I'm gonna be frank. We're just lazy to just dig in and read, and then there's times when we're like, it's too much. The Bible is complicated. We don't understand it. When you accept Jesus in your heart, you will receive the Holy Spirit, which is God's Spirit. God's Spirit is going to explain, is going to help you understand the Word, what it means. There's a lot of verses here that I read and I don't understand, and when I pray and I ask for God to help me understand, he will give me if I'm really seeking for the answers. Doesn't matter what state or stage in your life you are, mentally, physically, emotionally, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you make the decision today to not end up here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next video. Join this channel if you haven't. Subscribe. Also hit the bell so that you are notified every time I upload. Be blessed.